Coach Erin here. Happy Tuesday. It was Thanksgiving long weekend here in Canada, so I took a bit of a hiatus from social media this weekend to spend some time with my family. So just really grateful my mom was able to come and visit and stepdad, and just feeling thankful for that. And I know that holidays are not always easy for everybody, so I hope you're doing well, guys. And if you ever need anything, please reach out, okay? But I also took a bit of an extra day yesterday to enjoy the holidays, but also because my body's been feeling, guys, please, thanks. My body's also been feeling, I feel like I've been feeling just kind of creaky. I've been had a little bit of foot pain, and I was overdoing it with the filming and with the workouts, and I haven't been taking care of my body. So today I wanted to do just a series on some stretches and some rolling to help. So I've had some knee pain and then foot pain, well, foot pain first, and then knee pain, and then foot pain, and then knee pain, and then now my other knee. So it's so funny how that all works, and it's just telling me that I need to take a few minutes to take care of my body a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do for your lower body and potential knee and foot pain, okay? So I'm going to start actually at the hip. You know, everything works in the kinetic chain. So oftentimes things start either at our extremities or our center. So I'm going to start right now when I know that I've been feeling really tight in my TFL, which is a really small muscle, but it's definitely a big contributor to low back pain, and can be knee pain as well. Not necessarily IT band all the time, but the TFL kind of ties into everything there. So it's actually just this small, if you find your hip bones here, and it's just like kind of right on the outside of your hip bones. It's a pretty small one. But I know that I've been feeling really super tight in there, and yeah, so I wanted to grab a tennis ball to show you guys a couple of things, but I mean, I can never find anything in this place, especially with the boys running around. So I couldn't find it this morning. It's somewhere. But this one, so what you're going to do is take a roller, or you can take a ball, okay? And I just have one foot, so you can have it behind, and I'm resting on my elbow. And with rolling, there's no super specific. Like I know I used to never roll because I didn't know what I was doing, but you don't really need to know what you're doing necessarily. It's not super technical. I mean, you can get pretty technical with it, but as you can see, I'm just resting here, and I'm rolling nice and slowly, finding a really tight spot here, and I'm just gonna stick with it. And so my time with massage therapy, you know, there's something called trigger points. So oftentimes what you can do is when you find a spot that's a little bit sensitive, you can hold it for about 10 seconds. Don't increase pressure, don't move anything around, and if the pain decreases without adding any pressure, with about 10 seconds time, then you've likely hit a trigger point. What you can do is you can kind of come out of that trigger point, go back into it, and do that about 3 times, and then you just kind of do some general rolling in the area to bring blood flow. Okay, and to help release any toxins that you may have released from helping ease that trigger point, you can do that, or that will do that. Okay, and then you find another spot and do the same thing. So you just kind of roll, find some areas. Like I said, I'm focusing on the TFL today because I know it's really been quite sore. And then you can also do this with a ball. So you can find a ball, put it under your hip. And one of the other things that you can do is kind of active release techniques. So I'm going to find this spot here, and I'm just going to lift my leg up. So I'm stretching as I'm holding. I'm stretching, and yes, activating. I'm getting a little bit of inner thigh exercise, but that's not the point, okay? So just up and down, you got it. And then I'm going to switch to the other side. So there's the one thing that I'm going to be doing for my knee pain. Second one is definitely rolling out my calves, as oftentimes we have really tight calves. In my particular case, I actually have really high arches. I don't know if you can see it, but the tendon here from my big toe pops out all the time. And I don't know why, but my toes on both feet, but especially on this one, is always put back into a bit more extension. So I have a lot of tension through my tibialis anteriors, or the front of my shins, and which is pulling the toes back, especially that big toe. And so I'm just gonna lightly roll. I always find foam rolling can be quite painful, right? It's a good sore usually, right? You know that your body needs it, but you can kind of ease off. Again, it can be very gentle. You're just finding a spot that's a little bit sore, holding it in there. And I used to find too, or sometimes I still feel that rolling is a little bit of a workout. So you can roll out the calves. You can do some general rolling, nice and slow, along the entire calf or lower leg, all right? In my case, after we get off the video here, just so I don't keep it too long, I'm just gonna do some rolling in the front of my shin, all right? And that's all it really is. You're just kind of finding those spots, all right? And rolling. Again, like right here, I can take my foot into flexion and extend the toes, all right? Point the toes, pull the toes back to help get a little bit of active release in there too. And so the last thing I wanted to show you was rolling out the foot. Because I mentioned that things work in a kinetic chain, often where you're feeling pain isn't necessarily the root cause of the pain that you're feeling. So oftentimes we tend to focus just on the spots and the points where we're feeling that pain. And of course that's totally legit, but oftentimes, I'm flying the house. Oftentimes what it is it's actually in another spot, something else that's causing it, some imbalance in the body. It can be starting from the feet, pelvis, extremities, all right, and you kind of have to work your way back to the source. And so if you obviously go see a professional about that, make sure that they're not just treating the symptoms necessarily in that one spot. You want to make sure and ask them and inquire, like, hey, what's causing this and what else can you do? So the last thing that I wanted to show you was, hey, and this is obviously better with a ball, but again, I can't find mine, so I'm just going to use this. You can use a rolling pin even. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to be rolling out through the bottom of the foot. Again, a ball is best and easiest. Alright, but I'm going to try and relax those muscles in the arches of my feet because I have super high arches. Everything's like really holding on tight as well. And see, I sit with my toes up. You start to notice, especially if you film yourself, I totally noticed ever since starting these videos back in the springtime that, wow, it's like amazing the compensations and the things that are happening. So, alright, so my foot is actually really sore around here. This is a really, really sore spot for me right now. Alright, so I'm just going to sit here and focus on it. So you can do this while you're sitting at a desk. It's a great thing. Sitting at a chair, just grab a ball and roll along the bottom of your feet, release some tension, do a little bit of active, like scrunching of the toes, extension of the toes. As long as those things aren't hurting you, they're really good to do, and they're great to get, again, just blood flowing, especially if you're sitting at a desk. This is a great thing to do. All right. I could go on and on for hours. We could talk about flat feet and what to do. I have the opposite problem, but we can talk about that. But you know what? That's for another time. I don't want to take up your entire day with this video because I know it's already long. But I'm going to take some time here. I'm probably going to spend the next 15 minutes if I can with these boys upstairs, just to continue rolling out the body and rolling out the lower body, especially right now because of the knee pain that I'm having. And yeah, just taking it easy. Maybe having an Epsom salts bath because Epsom salts are amazing. So guys, don't forget that little bit of self-care. It's not always about the exercises themselves. It's also about rehabilitation, injury prevention, and all those good things. So you need a combination. Before I go, it's a specific combination. You really need to release. So doing some foam rolling, you need some soft tissue work. Stretching isn't going to do it alone. All right, so you need to do some stretching for sure, some mobility work. You need to do some rolling, which is part of mobility work. And you also want to do some muscle activation, so you want to do just some gentle things like I was doing there. You're scrunching of the toes, extending the toes. You're pointing your toes and tensing up the calf muscles and pulling your foot back into flexion. So you want to have the combination of all of those things to help activate muscles, and especially glutes are a big one. We'll go through that. Or if you're part of my specialty programs, I always put, even my 30-day lower body program coming up, I always put a couple of mobility videos in there, same with my upper body program. So combination of rolling and stretching and things that you can do to help prevent injuries, stay strong, stay healthy. And so that's what I'm going to be doing today, guys. And I'll see you again tomorrow. We'll see how my knees are doing and my feet are doing, and we'll go into lower body day. Okay, guys. So have an amazing one. I hope you guys had a great weekend. And again, my friends, if the holidays are a hard thing for you and you struggle, then always reach out. I'm here to talk and to help. And hopefully you have a great day. And yeah, take care. Bye.